शिवशक्तिसमारम्भां भास्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मद्श्रीनाथपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। श्रीनाथादिगुरुत्रयं गणपतिं पीठत्रयं भैरवं सिद्धौघं वटुकत्रयं पदयुगं दूतीक्रमं मण्डलं वीरान्यष्टचतुष्कषष्ठिनवकं वीरावली पञ्चकं श्रीमन्मालिनी मन्त्रराजसहितं वन्दे गुरोर्मण्डलम्। श्रीविमर्शानन्दनाथं सत्याम्बासहितं गुरुं हृत्पद्मकर्णिका मध्ये भावयेत् सर्वसिद्धये। श्रीभासुरानन्दनाथाय नमः। श्रीभास्करराय गुरुमण्डलाय नमः। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानामालयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्।
Namaste, Shri Gurubhyo Namaha, Shri Matre Namaha. Welcome back to Soundaryalahari Sādhana. Today we will cover the 57th and the 58th shloka. First, we will learn to chant the 57th shloka.
dṛśā drāghīyasyā
dṛśā drāghīyasyā dṛśā drāghīyasyā
daradalitanīlotpalarucā
daradalitanīlotpalarucā daradalitanīlotpalarucā
dṛśā drāghīyasyā daradalitanīlotpalarucā
dṛśā drāghīyasyā daradalitanīlotpalarucā dṛśā drāghīyasyā daradalitanīlotpalarucā
davīyāṃsaṃ dīnaṃ
davīyāṃsaṃ dīnaṃ
snapaya kṛpayā māmapi śive
snapaya kṛpayā māmapi śive
davīyāṃsaṃ dīnaṃ snapaya kṛpayā māmapi śive
davīyāṃsaṃ dīnaṃ snapaya kṛpayā māmapi śive davīyāṃsaṃ dīnaṃ snapaya kṛpayā māmapi śive
anenāyaṃ
dhanyo
bhavati na ca te hāniriyatā anenāyaṃ dhanyo bhavati na ca te hāniriyatā
anenāyaṃ dhanyo bhavati na ca te hāniriyatā anenāyaṃ dhanyo bhavati na ca te hāniriyatā
vane va harmye va samakaranipāto himakaraḥ vane va harmye va samakaranipāto himakaraḥ
We will now recite all the 4 lines of the 57th shloka. dṛśā drāghīyasyā daradalitanīlotpalarucā davīyāṃsaṃ dīnaṃ snapaya kṛpayā māmapi śive anenāyaṃ dhanyo bhavati na ca te hāniriyatā vane va harmye va samakaranipāto himakaraḥ. We'll do that once again. dṛśā drāghīyasyā daradalitanīlotpalarucā davīyāṃsaṃ dīnaṃ snapaya kṛpayā māmapi śive anenāyaṃ dhanyo bhavati na ca te hāniriyatā
वने वा हर्म्ये वा समकरनिपातो हिमकरः
दृश्यदाघीयस्य दरदलितनीलोत्पलरुचा
दृश्यदाघीयस्य दरदलितनीलोत्पलरुचा
दृश्यदाघीयस्य दरदलितनीलोत्पलरुचा दृश्यदाघीयस्य दरदलितनीलोत्पलरुचा
davīyāṃsaṃ dīnaṃ snapaya kṛpayā māmapi śive
davīyāṃsaṃ dīnaṃ snapaya kṛpayā māmapi śive
davīyāṃsaṃ dīnaṃ snapaya kṛpayā māmapi śive davīyāṃsaṃ dīnaṃ snapaya kṛpayā māmapi śive
dṛśā daradalitanīlotpalarucā davīyāṃsaṃ dīnaṃ snapaya kṛpayā māmapi śive
dṛśā daradalitanīlotpalarucā davīyāṃsaṃ dīnaṃ snapaya kṛpayā māmapi śive
dṛśā daradalitanīlotpalarucā davīyāṃsaṃ dīnaṃ snapaya kṛpayā māmapi śive dṛśā daradalitanīlotpalarucā davīyāṃsaṃ dīnaṃ snapaya kṛpayā māmapi śive
anenāyaṃ dhanyo bhavati najate hāniriyatā
anenāyaṃ dhanyo bhavati najate hāniriyatā
anenāyaṃ dhanyo bhavati najate hāniriyatā anenāyaṃ dhanyo bhavati najate hāniriyatā
vane va harmye va samakaranipāto himakaraḥ
vane va harmye va samakaranipāto himakaraḥ
vane va harmye va samakaranipāto himakaraḥ vane va harmye va samakaranipāto himakaraḥ
anenāyaṃ dhanyo bhavati najate hāniriyatā vane va harmye va samakaranipāto himakaraḥ
anenāyaṃ dhanyo bhavati najate hāniriyatā vane va harmye va samakaranipāto himakaraḥ
anenāyaṃ dhanyo bhavati न च ते hāniriyatā vane va harmye va samakaranipāto himakaraḥ anenāyaṃ dhanyo bhavati न च ते hāniriyatā vane va harmye va samakaranipāto himakaraḥ
दृशा द्राघीयस्या दरदलितनीलोत्पलरुचा davīyāṃsaṃ dīnaṃ snapaya kṛpayā māmapi śive anenāyaṃ dhanyo bhavati न च ते hāniriyatā vane harmye samakaranipāto himakaraḥ
dṛśā drāghīyasyā daradalitanīlotpalarucā davīyāṃsaṃ dīnaṃ snapaya kṛpayā māmapi śive anenāyaṃ dhanyo bhavati न च ते hāniriyatā vane harmye samakaranipāto himakaraḥ
दृशा द्राघीयस्या दरदलितनीलोत्पलरुचा davīyāṃsaṃ dīnaṃ snapaya kṛpayā māmapi śive anenāyaṃ dhanyo bhavati न च ते hāniriyatā vane harmye va samakaranipāto himakaraḥ dṛśā drāghīyasyā daradalitanīlotpalarucā davīyāṃsaṃ dīnaṃ snapaya kṛpayā māmapi śive anenāyaṃ dhanyo bhavati न च ते hāniriyatā vane harmye va samakaranipāto himakaraḥ.
Let's look at the word by word meanings now. Hey Śive, the last word of the second line. He is now addressing her as Śive. Hey Mangala Rūpe Śive. Drāghīyasyā dṛśā. The sight or eye glance of yours that is long, drāghīyasyā, that is long. One meaning is that the eyes are long, extended up to your ears, while the second meaning can be taken as your eyes are vishala, far-reaching and wide. Daradalitanīlotpalarucā. With the shine and luster of slightly opened Nilotpala flower or blue lilies. Daradalita Nilotpalarucā. Rucha means the shine. Nilotpala is the blue lilies. Daradalita means slightly opened. It's not fully blossomed yet. It is just slightly opened blue lilies. Kṛpayā. Kṛpayā means kindly. That is in the second line. Snapaya. Please bathe. snapaya, please bathe. Māmapi, māmapi should be split as māmapi, me also. Kindly please bathe me also. Davīyāṃsaṃ, the first word of the second line, davīyāṃsaṃ. Daviyas means very distant. Davīyāṃsaṃ means me who is very far away, so far from your sight. Dīnaṃ, who is very poor and wretched, in a very unfortunate state. Bhagavad calls himself as a very poor and wretched person in a very unfortunate state, who is very far away from Devi. Anenāyaṃ, the first word of the third line, anenāyaṃ should be split as anenāyaṃ. By doing this person, myself, dhanyo bhavati. Dhanyo bhavati means dhanyaha bhavati, will be blessed and thankful. Nachate hāniriyatā, and hāniriyatā should be split as hāniriyatā. Yatra means by doing this, by blessing this poor and wretched person, nachate hānihi, you will not be at any loss. You will not lose anything, because I see vane va harmye va samakaranipāto himakaraḥ. Himakaraḥ means the moon. Nipāto meaning the moon descends or spreads his rays. Samakaranipāto, how does he spread? He spreads it uniformly with fairness. Vaneva, whether it is forest, harmyeva, whether it is a palace. Bhagavad Pada says, Hey Śive, Hey Mangalarupi Śive, your drishti or eye glance is far reaching and wide, with the shine of slightly opened nīlotpala flowers or blue lilies. Please bathe me also with your drishti, as I am so far away from your sight, because I am poor and wretched. If you do this to me, I will be ever grateful and thankful to you. You will not lose anything by doing this to me, just like the moon doesn't lose anything by spreading its light, whether it is on the forest or palace. This is a very significant verse of Soundaryalahari. We should all have understood by now that he places great importance on Devi's side glance. Devi's drishti or eye glances have been explained from verses 48 to 57. We already saw in earlier verses that her drishti show all the 9 rasas, navarasas. But Bhagavad Pada highlights only 2 rasas in the entire Soundaryalahari. First is Sringara rasa or the emotion of love, and Karuna rasa, the emotion of compassion. Sringara rasa is supposed to be the king of all the rasas. How does Devi use her Sringara rasa? Shiva burnt Manmatha or Kamadeva to ashes. Devi, out of her compassion towards Kamadeva and her creation, brought him back to life. Also, she keeps Manmatha close to her, actually within her, as he has no physical body, as he is Ananga. Whenever she wants Shiva to help her in the creation and sustenance, she uses her Sringara drishti. The goddess wants Shiva now and then to help her with creation and sustenance, and Shiva wants to go back to meditation all the time. And the only way to bring him back to her is by using her Sringara drishti. When she reveals her Sringara drishti, Devi's eyes become the arrow or bana of Kamadeva. This eye glance has the power to attract and bring anyone under her control. This Sringara drishti melts Shiva and he is no longer angry. He then bestows his Karuna drishti on his devotees.
We have to imagine what will happen to us devotees if Devi does not use the potent weapon of Sringara drishti on Shiva. In the Sri Rudram, in the first verse, Shiva is worshipped as the one who is in extreme anger and is ready to punish us. The first verse of Sri Rudram, Namaste Rudra Manyava Utota Ishave Namaha. So here Rudra is addressed as Manyave, the Manyu. He is addressed as the anger. We pray to Rudra in Sri Rudram, accepting the fact that his anger is justified and we deserve it due to the bad deeds committed by us and not doing enough good deeds. If we need Lord Shiva's blessings, we have to bring down his anger. In a day-to-day life, when a father is in angry mood, only the mother can change that mood. Here, for our benefit, the universal mother, using her Shringara Drishti, transforms Shiva's anger and makes him also shower compassion on us. By addressing her in this verse as Śive, or the auspicious goddess, Bhagavad Pada indicates she also makes Shiva to be auspicious by subsiding his anger by using her Shringara Drishti. When we do puja for Shiva, we perform a nyasam called Mahanyasam. At the end of Mahanyasam, we do Ashtanga Namaskaram, and one of the anga is by Vacha, mouth or words. During this Namaskara, we say this Vedic mantra, Upashvasaya Prithivi Mutadyam Purutrate Vanutam Vishtitam Jagat Sadundubhe Sajurindrena Devair Durad Davīyo Apasedhashatrūne. This Vedic verse has similar meaning and uses the word Durad Davīyaha, that is Durad davīyāṃsaṃ,
as mentioned in this verse. Now, the question is, why Shiva and Shakti's Karuna Rasa alone is required? Their Karuna Drishti is capable of fulfilling all our wants and desires and can shower on us all the 9 rasas in correct proportion. In the first line of this verse, her Drishti is described. How is it? It is very long, meaning it can reach very far and engulf the entire world. Also, her eyes are compared with freshly bloomed blue lilies. Devi's 2 eyes are compared with slightly opened blue lilies, and the third eye as the golden lotus. It is the left and the right eye that bestow the Karuna Rasa or compassion. The use of daradalitanīlotpalarucā is important. Only when we want to express anger, we keep our eyes wide open. When we want to show our compassion, eyes will be slightly opened. The blue lilies, when they see the moonlight, start blooming and slowly open their buds. When the buds are slightly opened, it looks similar to Devi's eyes, filled with compassion. When they have fully bloomed, they no longer depict Devi's compassionate eyes.
The use of Dalita Nilotpala indicates the word Lalita. Take the last syllable of the word Nilotpala and then add the last 2 syllables of the word Dalita. We get the word Lalita. The first name in Lalita Sahasranamam is Srimata and the last name is Lalitambika. Bhagavad Pada brings out the quality of universal mother as Lalita. This Lalita is Karunarasa Sagara. Lalita has 2 laws and the word Nilotpala, which is Nila and Utpala, also has 2 laws. When we pronounce the word Nilotpala, we get the same sweetness of Lalita.
Lalita is also the Avyaja Karunamurti as mentioned in Lalita Sahasranama. This is also explained in Lalita Sahasranama as Darandolita Dirghakshi, Darahaso Jwalanmukhi. Darandolita Dirghakshi means slowly moving eyes, slowly moving long eyes. Dara Andolita Dirghakshi means slowly moving long eyes. Dara also means fear and Andolita means driving away, meaning she drives away or dispels the fear of her devotees. This again is possible only due to her compassion. The next line uses the word davīyāṃsaṃ. Davīyas means very distant. It means I am so far from you, meaning, hey Devi, you have kept me so far from you, maybe I don't deserve your kataksham. It just shows Bhagavad Pada's humility. He says, you're only reachable by rishis, yogis and devas and not by ordinary people like me. We have to see whether there is a contradiction in the first two lines. Acharya already says in the first line, her drishti is long and can envelop the entire world. If so, nothing can be too far from her drishti. But why then he says davīyāṃsaṃ in the second line, saying that I am too far from you? If nothing can escape her drishti, then however far I am from you, your drishti will still be on me, right? It is because I am Dīna, he continues to say. He gives a reason for being far from her. He says, because I am Dīna, very unfortunate and wretched man. I have not done enough punya or good deeds. I have not done enough prayers to you. I am the lowest of the lowest person ever possible. Naturally, I don't deserve your drishti and therefore it appears too far for me. Acharya says this on behalf of all of us, just showing his humility.
Yeah, he uses beautifully the words Dīna. In the Devi Mahatmyam, we have Sharanagata Dīnārtha Paritrāna Parāyane Sarvasyārthi Hare Devi Nārāyini Namostute. Again, the word Dīna is used when we pray to Devi. Now, Bhagavad Pada prays to her snapaya kṛpayā māmapi. Snapaya kṛpayā means shower your karuna rasa and bathe. The word māmapi is very important. If this word is not there in this verse, the implied meaning will be bathe me with karuna rasa or compassion. The use of the word māmapi, meaning me too, indicates snapaya kṛpayā is prayed for all of us dīnas who are not fit for Devi's karuna, and Bhagavad Pada says, please shower your compassion on all of us devotees and me too. In the third line, he says, because of your compassionate glance on me, I become blessed. We will have to understand that all of us devotees will become blessed due to Devi's karuna drishti. The next verse, yatra nacha hānihi, means because of this, there is no loss for you. Why does he say this? Because Bhagavad Pada fully understands that there is no need for Devi to bestow her anugraha drishti on us, as we have not done enough good deeds and prayers. But he says, by bestowing your drishti, we will gain a lot, but you don't lose anything. To prove this point, he uses a comparison of the moon.
Moon is himakaraḥ, whose light is very cool and soothes the body and mind. This moon's rays fall equally in vane, forest, harmye, harem or royal palace, and does not differentiate. Moon is samakaranipāto, meaning he spreads his light equally among all things and all beings, and he doesn't lose his light because he spreads them everywhere, says Bhagavad Pada. Mothers have the quality of granting everything equally among all her children. A mother will never judge her children. One child may be more deserving than another child, but a mother does not say that only my good child deserves my love and my bad child deserves hatred. If we can see this quality in our mother, how can Devi, as the Lokamata or universal mother, judge us and think twice about giving us her blessings? Her drishti will remove our sufferings by removing afflictions of fear, anger, and lust in us. For this, we need to surrender and pray to her lotus feet. We will now move on and learn the 58th shloka.
arālaṃ te pālīyugalam
arālaṃ te pālīyugalam arālaṃ te pālīyugalam
agarājanyatanaye
agarājanyatanaye agarājanyatanaye
arālaṃ te pālīyugalam agarājanyatanaye
arālaṃ te pālīyugalam agarājanyatanaye arālaṃ te pālīyugalam agarājanyatanaye
na keṣāmādhatte
na keṣāmādhatte na keṣāmādhatte
kusumaśarakodaṇḍakutukam
kusumaśarakodaṇḍakutukam kusumaśarakodaṇḍakutukam
na keṣāmādhatte kusumaśarakodaṇḍakutukam
na keṣāmādhatte kusumaśarakodaṇḍakutukam na keṣāmādhatte kusumaśarakodaṇḍakutukam
tiraścīno yatra
tiraścīno yatra tiraścīno yatra
śravanapathaṃ ullangya vilasan
श्रवणपथम उल्लंघ्य विलसन श्रवणपथम उल्लंघ्य विलसन
tiraścīno yatra śravanapathaṃ ullangya vilasan
तिरश्चीनो यत्र श्रवणपथम उल्लंघ्य विलसन तिरश्चीनो यत्र श्रवणपथम उल्लंघ्य विलसन
अपाङ्गव्यासङ्गो दिशति
अपाङ्गव्यासङ्गो दिशति अपाङ्गव्यासङ्गो दिशति
शरसन्धानधिषणाम्
शरसन्धानधिषणाम् शरसन्धानधिषणाम्
अपाङ्गव्यासङ्गो दिशति शरसन्धानधिषणाम्
अपाङ्गव्यासङ्गो दिशति शरसन्धानधिषणाम् अपाङ्गव्यासङ्गो दिशति शरसन्धानधिषणाम्
arālaṃ te pālīyugalamagarājanyatanaye न keṣāmādhatte kusumaśarakodaṇḍakutukam tiraścīno yatra śravanapathaṃ ullangya vilasan apāṅgavyasaṅgo dishati sharasanධānadhiṣanām.
Once again.
arālaṃ te pālīyugalamagarājanyatanaye न keṣāmādhatte kusumaśarakodaṇḍakutukam tiraścīno yatra śravanapathaṃ ullangya vilasan apāṅgavyasaṅgo dishati sharasanධānadhiṣanām.
We will now listen to Priya Paramesh, Mahinta and Karthik and learn the musical rendition in Ananda Bhairavi Raga.
arālaṃ te pālīyugalamagarājanyatanaye
arālaṃ te pālīyugalamagarājanyatanaye
arālaṃ te pālīyugalamagarājanyatanaye arālaṃ te pālīyugalamagarājanyatanaye
na keṣāmādhatte kusumaśarakodaṇḍakutukam
na keṣāmādhatte kusumaśarakodaṇḍakutukam
na keṣāmādhatte kusumaśarakodaṇḍakutukam na keṣāmādhatte kusumaśarakodaṇḍakutukam
arālaṃ te pālīyugalamagarājanyatanaye na keṣāmādhatte kusumaśarakodaṇḍakutukam
arālaṃ te pālīyugalamagarājanyatanaye न केṣāmādhatte kusumaśarakodaṇḍakutukam
arālaṃ te pālīyugalamagarājanyatanaye na keṣāmādhatte kusumaśarakodaṇḍakutukam arālaṃ te pālīyugalamagarājanyatanaye na keṣāmādhatte kusumaśarakodaṇḍakutukam
tiraścīno yatra śravanaptham ullangya vilasan
tiraścīno yatra śravanaptham ullangya vilasan
tiraścīno yatra śravanapathamullangya vilasan tiraścīno yatra śravanapathamullangya vilasan
apāṅgavyāsaṁ dīṣati śarasandhānadhiṣanāṃ
apāṅgavyāsaṁ
पाङ्गव्यासङ्गो दिशति शरसन्धानधिषणाम् अपाङ्गव्यासङ्गो दिशति शरसन्धानधिषणाम्
tiraścīno yatra śravanaptham ullangya vilasan apāṅgavyāsaṁ dīṣati śarasandhānadhiṣanāṃ
tiraścīno yatra śravanaptham ullangya vilasan apāṅgavyāsaṁ dīṣati śarasandhānadhiṣanāṃ
tiraścīno yatra śravanapathamullangya vilasan apāṅgavyāsaṁ दिशति शरसन्धानधिषणाम् tiraścīno yatra śravanapathamullangya vilasan apāṅgavyāsaṁ दिशति शरसन्धानधिषणाम्
arālaṃ te pālīyugalamagarājanyatanaye na keṣāmādhatte kusumaśarakodaṇḍakutukam tiraścīno yatra śravanaptham ullangya vilasan apāṅgavyāsaṁ दिशति शरसन्धानधिषणाम्
arālaṃ te pālīyugalamagarājanyatanaye na keṣāmādhatte kusumaśarakodaṇḍakutukam tiraścīno yatra śravanaptham ullangya vilasan apāṅgavyāsaṁ dīṣati śarasandhānadhiṣanāṃ
arālaṃ te pālīyugalamagarājanyatanaye न केशामाधत्ते कुसुमशरकोदण्डकुतुकम् तिरश्चीनो यत्र श्रवणपथमुल्लङ्घ्य विलसन् अपाङ्गव्यासङ्गो दिशति शरसन्धानधिषणाम् arālaṃ te pālīyugalamagarājanyatanaye na keṣāmādhatte kusumaśarakodaṇḍakutukam tiraścīno yatra shravanapathamullangya vilasan अपाङ्गव्यासङ्गो दिशति शरसन्धानधिषणाम्.
Let's look at the word by word meaning. Here, Bhagavad Pada addresses Devi as Agarājanyatanaye. Agaha Rājanyatanaye, meaning na gacchati iti agaha. That which doesn't move is agaha, meaning mountains. Rājanya means king. Aganam Raja, Agarajaha, meaning king of mountains. Tanaya means daughter. So she is addressed as daughter of king of mountains. Te arālaṃ pālīyugalam. You are crooked pālīyugalam. Pālīyugalam is the space between eyes and ears. Because there are two of them, yugalam, there is a pair, it's called pālīyugalam. Na keṣāmādhatte. Who does not get the feeling of kusumaśarakodaṇḍakutukam? Kusumaśara meaning one having bow made of flowers, meaning Manmatha. Kodanda is bow. Kutukam with eagerness. Manmatha is with his bow very eager or curious. Apanga vyasango, the last line, the fourth line. Apanga vyasango. Apanga means your side glances. Vyasango, which is full of desire and passion. Ullangya, springing forth, crossing over. Shravanaptham. Shravanapatham means the path of ears. Her karna, that is the ears. Yatra tiraścīno, which is crooked. Vilasan is shining. Dishati appears as if. Sharasandhanadhishanam, arrow is ready to be issued. Let me put all the words together and explain the meaning. O daughter of king of mountains, looking at your slightly crooked pālīyugalam, that is the space between the eyes and the ears, who does not get the feeling of seeing Manmatha holding the bow with all eagerness and curiosity? His flower arrow is nothing but your blue lily-like eyes with the side glance filled with passion and desire that is ready to be released to cross over the path of your ears. This verse explains the space between eyes and ears of Devi. It seems Bhagavad Pada's love with Devi's eyes has not ended yet. He wants to bathe in Devi's karunarasa non-stop. In this verse, he says the space between eyes and ears called Pāli, and since they are two, one on the left side and another on the right, it is called Pālīyugalam. He visualizes this portion as the bow of Manmatha and Devi's blue lily-like eyes with side glance filled with passion and desire as his flower arrow. Many of the scholars were not able to explain this verse very clearly. The word Pālīyugalam was kind of confusing for many, but we figured out that it will be easier for everyone to understand if we show a sketch. Mahinta again has helped us with the sketch, explaining the space between the eyes and the ears to show how it can be visualized as Manmatha's bow. The only difference from what we learned from before and in this verse is Manmatha's arrow before was aiming upwards towards Shiva on the Sahasrara Chakra, while here the arrow is being aimed towards her ears. We will shortly see why and how.
In the 47th verse, Devi's eyebrows were visualized as Manmatha's bow and Manmatha's arrow, which was directed towards Shiva in the Sahasrara Chakra, that is head region. In this verse, the Shringara Rasa is directed towards the ears. This Manmatha's arrow is directed not just at Shiva but at all her creations. Devi, as the universal mother, wants us to bring forth the passion of desire on all of us. She wants to spread the sentiment of kama or desire in this universe she created to sustain it. The outpour of the sentiment of love makes our life exciting and makes us all vibrant and energetic. Without this Shringara Drishti, we will become dull, weak and depressed.
Also, in the previous verse, we saw that her ears are filled with beautiful poetry by great poets. She wants to listen to the beautiful poetry from great poets. So when she aims her Shringara Drishti towards her ears, it also means that she invokes the passion of desire and Shringara in the various works of these poetries. Lalitopakhyanā is found in the final part of the 4th section of the Brahmanda Purana. It is an important scripture within Shakti worship and is presented in the form of a dialogue between sage Agastya and Hayagriva, an incarnation of Vishnu. It includes, among other topics, the battle between Lalita Devi and Bhandasura, as well as the Lalita Sahasranama, the 1000 names glorifying Lalita Mahatripura Sundari. Bhandasura is born out of the ashes of Manmatha when he was burnt down by Lord Shiva. He gets a boon that whoever dares to fight him would forfeit half of his strength and masculinity to him. Lalita Mahatripura Sundari fought against Bhandasura and after killing him in the battle, recreates Kamadeva to restore the sentiment of desire and love in the entire universe. In the last verse, we saw the words daradalita indicating Lalita. This shloka can be considered as a description of Lalita's restoring the sentiment of kama in all beings of this universe.
Some scholars believe the Bhairavi mantra is hidden in this verse.
Bhairavi is a very important manifestation of Lalita Mahatripura Sundari. So the Bhairavi mantra is very appropriate for this shloka. With this, we conclude today's session. Tomorrow is the last day for this week's sadhana, after which we will have 2 weeks break. The next week is the festival of Vasanta Navratri. So we will have a break for Vasanta Navratri, and the following week also we will have a break, and then we will continue from the 17th of April with our sadhana. Please join us. Namaste. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Shri Matre Namaha.
Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Shri Matre Namaha.
शिवे शिव सुशीतलामृततरङ्गगन्धोल्लसन् नवावरणदेवते नवनवामृतस्यन्दिनी गुरुक्रमपुरस्कृते गुणशरीरनित्योज्ज्वले षडङ्गपरिवारिते कालितयेष पुष्पाञ्जलिः कालितयेष पुष्पाञ्जलिः